Like, you should be able to, like... I don't know how this really works now. Like, I don't know if you can turn it now. I've seen something that you're able to, like, turn it on the stream. I don't know if I can do that on console. I think that just might be, like, a PC thing. Where you can, like, direct it as it, like, moves. I don't know. Like, now there's also... It looks way different. I don't know how I feel about this.
This will bury them.
Like, either that or I'm just not doing it right. Like, I should be able to throw it out and, like, turn it, or, like, turn it somehow, like, when it's running. I don't know, I might not just be doing it right. And they took out the entire second stage of the plant now. So after the plant grows, I think to, like, after, like, 3 seconds, it goes to the end plant, and it just runs in a straight line now. And it doesn't go as far. I don't... Why is my plants on a 10-second cooldown? My seeds on a 10-second cooldown? Don't I have 3 charges before they go on cooldown? I don't understand. Oh, I think it... Oh, I forgot that they changed it. The reason why I don't have 3 charges now is you throw out a seed, and it'll spawn into 3 of them in, like, the same area, like, right here. I forgot they changed that, too. That's why it doesn't have, like, 3 charges of the seed now. Yeah, I don't really care for this. I really don't.
My sapling.
I don't know why they just don't go after them. Like, why are they just going in a straight line now? Why don't they run after them? Why aren't my plants running towards them? I don't know.
My guardian blades.
Do the plants not have auto lock aim anymore? Is that why they changed it? Is that the new thing? Because if that's the case, then she sucks. Yeah, I don't understand. I'm trying to... Normally they would just run right after him.
Let's test the other. Fitting tools for a garden of death.
I feel like she's gonna be way worse now. Like, I miss the auto lock plants. Like, either I'm not doing something. You guys can let me know because I don't know. Like, either I'm not doing something right, or they just completely change her to the point where, like, she's garbage. Maybe I just need to play her more. I don't know.
Are we cool?
Like, normally they would run the other way. Like, you have to be facing the direction to have the plants go. Like, whatever way you hit them is whatever way they go. Now I got this. Like, this passive's trash. Like, it doesn't do anything.
I see you before me.
They completely neutered her passive. Like, her passive is trash now. It feels like absolute shit to play. That's the problem. Like, her passive is pretty much useless now. One of the most useless passives in the game. Like, where are the auto lock plants? I missed the auto lock plants. Like, you mean to tell me I have to run around in circles and fire my plants from all these directions instead of auto locking?
My garden grows.
does okay damage still. Like, that's not really one of the problems. Her damage is still solid. It's just her abilities. Like, either I'm not used to it or they're just garbage. Like, they reworked her trash.
It's alright, they're still my bae.
I definitely 100% think her 2 is on such a large cooldown. Too much of a cooldown. Like, we'll see what it is once I stack full CDR, because right now with 30% it's still a 9-second cooldown, which is way too much. Thanks for the drop kick, bud. That pushed me right back to spawn. That's where I was going to go anyways.
We're gonna have to step it up.
It's time to turn this battle in our favor.
Completely missed my ult. That's my fault.
Minions have reached your portal.
Double the kill and double the fun. Line them up and knock them down.
Help!
This will bury them. My garden grows.
Either that or like the reworks just made her like more solid and more consistent in Conquest, and I'm just playing the wrong game mode. Because there's like other gods in the game too that you really don't want to be playing like in Arena, and don't really perform well in Arena either. Like shit, like a Cthulhu, Heimdall really isn't that good in Arena. It gets way too easy. Like there's some other stuff that you never really want to pick up in Arena.
They looking shook.
Maybe she's better in Conquest. I'm just overreacting. I don't know. I haven't played her in Conquest yet.
An ally has been slain.
My sapling.
Line them up and knock them down.
The underworld opens.
Whoops!
So many branching paths before me.
Topple. An enemy has been slain.
Till the fall. The underworld opens.
Looking shook. We are so on a rampage right now.
Finally.
Down.
I don't know, maybe it's one of those things where she's just better in Conquest and more consistent in Conquest, but I don't know, I think her passive is just god-awful useless now. Like, there's just no reason for her passive. Like, why even give her a passive if it's that useless? Garbage. Her passive needs an entire rework again. It's garbage. absolute worthless.
An enemy has returned.
Like, I think the only thing you can maybe do, like see right now, you're able to get like a pretty huge farm, like all those plants in the same area. You can get it a lot quicker than you were previously able to. But at the same time, that they're not auto lock anymore. You have to throw them in the right direction or use your 3 to actually do damage with them and get value out of them.
The underworld opens. Drag them into the depths. My garden grows.
I think it was per cooldown just way too high. Like I have 40% CDR. I'm max CDR, and they're still on an 8-second cooldown. Way too much for her too. That's probably the most important part of her kit too. I can see how it's better in probably like a lane type phase, because you can just throw your plants out in a straight line and it's a lot easier. But I'd prefer like the auto lock plants. Like I love the auto lock plants. I'm just not used to these. This shit's. I feel like her 2 needs like cool, like even with max CDR, like it needs to be brought down to 5 seconds at max CDR. Reduce the base cooldown on her 2.
The underworld opens.
I got no mana. Oops, I'm dead. I can plant. Wow, I can freely plant my plants now however I want. Useless.
So much left.
An ally has been slain.
I don't know what the point is. Useless passive. Useless. Like conduit gem. That's what I need to buy.
This will bury them.
Okay, it really sucks, especially because Persephone is probably one of my favorite mages in the game. Like, apart from, like, Soul and, like, a few others, like, Persephone is one of my favorites. Like, I don't care for her being reworked. I don't know why they reworked her in the first place. When you have shit like Bastet, E-Set, like, all this other shit in the game that needs reworks.
My sapling.
Line them up and knock them down.
Like, maybe it's just because she's playing her in Arena and she doesn't feel as good as an Arena. She used to be really good in Arena before the rework. She was really solid. Maybe she's just one of those gods that does way better in stuff like Clash, Joust, and Conquest. Not really for like Arena or like Siege or like his open maps. Assault.
You rock. Flourish. Almost feel alive again. Don't stop now.
I'm gonna try making an aggressive play here. We're gonna see how it works. It didn't work.
Dang, they thirsty for
Like this
hot
is
sauce.
like this passive is so stupid. Like look at this shit, bro. It's so dumb.
We are so,
So
on a rampage
stupid.
right now.
Fitting tools for a garden of death.
Ooh, come on, team. Double kill.
My garden glows.
Looking shook.
I tried. I really did. I tried. Like overall passive garbage. And keep in mind, guys, this was the first time I've tried her since she got reworked. Passive garbage. Her 2, which is probably the main part of her kit. I understand it throws out 3 seeds now, but the cooldown is still way too high. Like I have max cooldown, it's still an 8-second cooldown. Way too high of a cooldown. That to be brought down to when you're at max CDR at least 5 seconds. Way too high of a cooldown. Her 3, either like reduce her cooldowns on her 2 or her 3. Like her 1's fine, whatever. It's still pretty consistent. It feels a little bit better to play, whatever. But like her 2 needs cooldown reduction, needs a couple seconds taken off at base. The same with her 3. They're just too much important to her base kit and overall make her work and synergize. Like they're the 2 major parts of her base kit and what makes her her. Like they're not too high of a cooldown. You should be able to spam them a little bit more. Her ult's fine, whatever. I think her ult's still solid. Like her ult felt fine. Didn't really feel too weird. Like her 1 and her ult's still good. Scrap her passive. Passive is trash. And then reduce it, like at base, reduce the cooldown on her 2 by like 1 or 2 seconds. Bring that down to from an 8 down to 5 or 6 second cooldown. And then reduce the base cooldown on her 3 by like 1 or 2 seconds. I think she would feel a lot better, and she would even be better than she is now. I don't know about you guys. I still prefer pre-reworked Persephone. I don't know. Maybe I just need to play more games with her. This is an arena game. Maybe I need to pick her up in Conquest, but just as like a first impressions type thing. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I don't know. Maybe she's just not as good on the open maps now as she used to be.